Are you someone who prides themselves on enjoying art, who loves a good original movie, and who absolutely despises today's reboot, sequel, remake culture? Well, your biggest nightmare has arrived. Disney live action fairy tales. I'm not one of these people though, so I'm good. Welcome back to Neverland, where regardless of whether you enjoy all the kitsch and glitter that comes with these fairy tales to be used very, very loosely, or if you absolutely hate all of these new remakes of animated movies and old classics by Disney, it doesn't matter, because as long as people are gonna go watch it, Disney executives are gonna keep making them. So since it doesn't matter anyway, I thought, why not go over what's coming at us in the next 2 years and generally have a look at what kind of fairy tales Disney is looking to reboot. What I'll do is basically just give you the dates, if we know them, or the probable release times, as well as key infos, cast, maybe writers, and my verdict, of course, and there are loads, so let's go. In 2018 alone, we have 4 live-action movies that are kind of fairy tale-esque, which is insane. And we start in March 2018 with an already maybe not so fairy tale movie that I would still kind of count as one of those magic kids movies, although it's about science. It's the adaptation of the book A Wrinkle in Time. It's directed by Ava DuVernay. It has a stellar cast such as Mindy Kaling, Reese Witherspoon, Oprah. And actually what's really interesting is a trend that's already starting here, and that's kind of going through several upcoming fairy tales, live action fairy tales by Disney, and it's diversity in the cast. And here especially they've race bent a couple of characters, which is really cool. So far we haven't really had a lot of material to look at, so I can't really give much of a verdict. We have had on set photos and kind of little videos, bits and pieces, but that's really all we have so far, so let's just trust in all of their creative potential and stay open. In August 2018, we have an untitled Disney fairy tale according to a recent list of Disney releases, and I'm wondering what it could be. I think it might be Aladdin. This is a live action remake that they've been planning for quite a while, that is already casting people, and they, I think, are looking to start shooting in summer, so I'm thinking it might get done until then. Apart from that, we've also had recent casting news such as Will Smith as Genie. I think that's actually an interesting idea. I mean, it'll be hard to kind of fill those footsteps of Robin Williams, but at the same time, Will Smith, you know, I mean, it's been a while since he's done comedic stuff, but he does have his own kind of humor. In relation to that, again, diversity in their casting, because on top of Will Smith as the Genie, they're apparently looking for people who are of that ethnicity, which is amazing and really important. Interestingly, it's directed by Guy Ritchie, and I really, really do hope that, yes, despite casting ethnically correct people, he will stay away from the racism there was in the original animated movie. November 2018 has Mulan in store for us, the live action remake of their animated movie Mulan. Again, the pattern continues. We have a diverse cast in a Western movie. They are looking to cast, again, people from China, which is amazing. In terms of the creative team and who they are, they're not super exciting people. What is interesting though is that at the moment apparently they don't have songs planned in the remake, which maybe after Beauty and the Beast is kind of a stupid idea, because obviously the songs worked so well in the new Beauty and the Beast, and Mulan songs are so iconic and people still quote them. So maybe that is bad. At the same time, if they manage to, you know, do something sophisticated without songs, then again, do people want something sophisticated, and how far will they go in terms of message? you know, it's difficult, but let's wait for first on-set pictures or even a trailer, we'll see. Basically a month after Mulan, we have, in December 2018, Mary Poppins Returns, which will be a live-action movie of the sequel in the book series. Does that make sense? So it is going to be kind of a sequel to the movie as well. It stars Emily Blunt, of course, who will, I hope, make us proud by being the new Mary Poppins. She can sing, obviously, and she has sung with director of this movie already, namely in Into the Woods. The director is Rob Marshall. I mean, Into the Woods wasn't a big breakout hit, but I think it was okay for what it was. Excitingly, in addition, we have Lin-Manuel Miranda in the movie, and I hope he kind of brings new perspectives into all of this, doesn't make it, you know, too posh British. And what's really exciting also is that we've already got on-set pictures which look quite good. They interestingly look very similar in terms of vibe to the first movie, while at the same time looking new, because obviously it's in a different era. From this point on, it kind of gets difficult because we do have dates and we have movies that they're kind of planning, but not all of them totally align, so I'm kind of trying to make my best guesses as to what comes when and how likely it is that it's gonna happen. In 2019, we have again 4 live-action fairy tales, and similarly again in March, July, so summer, November and December. It seems that this is kind of maybe their release strategy for those kinds of movies, which is interesting. So in March 2019, they officially have an untitled Disney live-action fairy tale. This could be several things. I think it could be either Dumbo, which they've been planning, or The Little Mermaid. So as for Dumbo, the creative team is kind of coming together and we do know bits and pieces. So we are in pre-production here, and it's Tim Burton who's gonna direct here, which should tell you something about the style of Dumbo, or not, because maybe Tim Burton is trying to reinvent himself after people, I think, have been not so happy with his recent work and kind of his repetitive way of approaching certain stories, but we'll see. The writer is not totally throwing me off my chair, it's Aaron Kruger, but Colin Farrell and Michael Keaton are kind of in talks right now to be starring, which is interesting. But as I've said, in March, considering that Beauty and the Beast came out in March and did so well, they could also have planned The Little Mermaid. What makes me think maybe they didn't though is because The Little Mermaid doesn't have any casting information really, just kind of loosely has a creative team, but not a lot has been done there, I think. So that's why I think it might be later in the game. But The Little Mermaid is gonna have Lin-Manuel Miranda as both producer and in charge of music, together with Ellen Menken, which in my opinion, I mean, those two powerhouses, I mean, you just kind of need a Sherman brother here in the mix and it would just be like, you know? We don't really know anything apart from that about this one. But I think we can all agree that seeing Disney kind of technically be so advanced and portray this underwater world and mermaids with those tails, I mean, that's amazing. As for July 2019, we're surer here because they have given us the movie that they're gonna release then, and it'll be live action The Lion King. It seems like a crazy idea, but thinking of how well Jungle Book did, at the same time Jungle Book was older and not as beloved, it's difficult. But anyway, Jungle Book. Jon Favreau is gonna direct The Lion King as well. And we do have casting information already. Donald Glover is gonna be Simba, which is cool. And so amazingly, Billy Eichner is gonna be Timon and Seth Rogen will be Pumbaa. And when I was a kid, Timon was my favorite cartoon character ever, and Billy Eichner is one of my favorite comedians now, which is a great coincidence, so I'm really happy. Considering all of their kind of comedic backgrounds, I mean, partly, I'm wondering whether this is going to be a fun movie rather than, you know, the more sophisticated Jungle Book or even Lion King. itself. I'm personally wondering how this can be a live action movie when there's not even a single human. You know, we have no Mowgli here. It's really just all animals. So isn't it really just CG? It's interesting, but they specifically call it live action, so maybe there's humans? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. November 2019 is another untitled live action fairy tale. Like I said, I think it'll be either Dumbo or Little Mermaid. I'm not totally sure. And in December 2019, again, an untitled live action fairy tale, but in my opinion, it's very, very likely going to be Nutcracker and the Four Realms. And this is another one that isn't totally a fairy tale, but I'll count it here because it has a lot of magic. What really excites me about this one is that this is an actual Christmassy movie, and I love Christmas, so I need more of that. Interestingly, a first-time writer, Ashley Powell, or at least she hasn't written anything big so far, she's gonna be writing the screenplay, and that gives people like me hope, because it means you don't have to have all the cool projects on your IMDb page in order to write for Disney, which is good. Again, the diversity point is strongish here. I mean, we do have Keira Knightley and Helen Mirren, but we have Morgan Freeman, and the only black ballerina, I think, in New York is gonna be dancing in the movie, because of course it's a ballet. And that's awesome. And there's so much more that they officially at some point announced and had planned. I mean, it doesn't mean it's gonna come together, but who knows. For now, let's hope that Disney executives and everyone involved pick the right people to make these movies, because it's all of these are stories that we all love, and of course they are also cash grabs, and they should be, but just as well they should be told by people who care for the material and do it justice. So we want that to happen, and we hope it happens. Let me know in the comments if you're one of the skeptics who's kind of scared of all of these live action remakes, or if you're like me and you're really excited, and if yes, let me know which movie you're most excited for. As always, you can like the video if you liked it, you can subscribe if you want to see more of me and children's entertainment, you can follow me on Twitter or on Tumblr for regular updates on my videos and children's media in general, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!